prison guard at Sugamo. I was his guard, my job to keep him close, and if he tried escape, my blade was sharp. I was trained to find my inner quiet and kill without a thought, without intent other than to follow their orders. He was a frail old man when we got him. He was picked for attention, removed from his people, brought into silence because they said, "This teacher is seditious." I watched once as they beat him. I had seen it all before, but this time something different. In the midst of such horror, he knew no self-pity. As I watched, he saw right into me. As the smack of the fists brought blood to his lips, his eyes caught mine. They said, "I have no issue with you." And he smiled. I fell in love with that heart. I used to bring his food, the scrapings of the pot. He never complained, but always thanked me. Instead, as he ate, we would talk. His appetite for words so large, he led me on a merry dance through time and space, cause and effect, and circumstance. And of the timeless mystic law, he said, "It gives life and governance to the unending flow of all phenomena." Thoughts so vast in scope, it seemed as though there were no walls to imprison them. "Nam-myoho Renge Kyo," he said. "Nam-myoho Renge Kyo." I begged him once to recant, to embrace those Shinto priests, pay homage to a shrine, even just for a day, and they would let him go, and he could fade away back into the warm embrace of his loving family. His stern face cracked, and he gifted me a smile that lit my soul with the fierceness of his heart, a fire whose embers I still carry. Then, pointing at his cold and miserable cell, he laughed aloud. He said, "Even hell itself can be filled with joy, depending on your attitude." "400 days we held him and slowly starved his health, watched his body wane and pass right to the point of death, yet not once did he relent in his beliefs, his faith, to try to buy some comfort for his tormented frame. Right to the end, he held strong. He was truly a Lion King. Those last few weeks, we all knew he was nearly done, and so did he, and though I begged him, he refused to move to a warmer infirmary. Ye gods, he was stubborn. Then, On the final day, as though he gave a gift, he said, "Okay, I will go now." I brought fresh clothes, clean underwear and socks, and helped him wash his shriveled limbs and dress for his final walk. He refused support. Dignity undefeated, he shuffled down the hallway and out of my prison. I never saw him again. That night I slept in his cell on his cold, hard cot. It was a sleep so effortless and deep that I found peace. And in my dreams he came to me, leaned in close, grasped both my hands in his, pressed them to my breast and said, "With love in your heart, you will build your treasure tower, a beacon of light to point the way for others. True joy will be your guide, and laughter your guardian." He said, "Thank you for your efforts." He said, "Take my pen and one day write it all down. Tell them how it felt. Live your life. Be a good man." I slept on. At 6 a.m. they roused me to tell me he was gone. I'd be a liar to deny I did not cry. They left me alone to grieve a friend and a truly great man. Before I left, I took the pen. This was long ago. Now too I am old. This life is nearly spent. And yet, last night I felt impelled to take his pen and write it down. How through his life and death he showed a path that led that shallow boy into this man. He saved my life. He gave me hope and the key to my own mystic self. Teacher to the very end. He showed me how to use a tool, to use his pen, give voice to words of hope for all. With deepest gratitude, I wrote, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.